Time to look at some more data types and basic syntax in the language. First, more about strings. We know that something in quotes is a string, like this. Okay. We can also put a string in double quotes. And Python actually prefers the single and it converts it, but it accepts either. This is sometimes helpful to be able to have both versions, because sometimes you want to put an explicit single quote or double quote in a string. We get into some type trickiness here. Let's suppose we look at very space plus quote hot. You see the plus sign, which we're used to doing with arithmetic. Well, clearly, this is not arithmetic. Python knows that the things on either side are not numbers. What would make sense to do with the plus sign in this case? How do you add strings together? Let's see. You just cram them together. You concatenate them is the jargon. And so you can do something like that, and you can do that over and over. And if you think about it, if you think of multiplication as repeated addition, what about this? 3 times very hot would be like adding 3 verys and hot. So we can also multiply. Now this is curious. This is a number and this is a string. But Python is smart enough to realize that in this combination, when you've got a string and a number, that you're going to repeat the string a number of times. Then we can get trickier. Again, we know that the type of quote 7, because of the quotes, is going to be a string. So think, what's going to happen if we add quote 2 plus quote 7? Think about it. Python is very aware of types. These are both strings. Plus does what? Crams them together. And we get 2, 7. Of course, as distinct from 2 plus 7 without quotes, Python recognizes these as integers or ints, and it knows how to add ints, so we get 9. So here's a strange one. What if we do quote 2 plus 7? Well, this is sort of, incongruous. Do we want to put them together like strings or put them together like integers? What happens? Python says it's not going to choose for us. We better be clear. It causes an error. So you have to be consistent. Make sure you're always adding strings or adding numbers. By the way, the end of the string section here has a couple of exercises that are based on this. Would be useful to look at.